because majority of the monies have been spent on frivolities. Speaking English, going for meetings, $10 million could be spent on just meetings, advocacies, travelings, and we're seeing it. Instead of us to focus on it, what all of us are doing, please include me, I want to go. So that they get something. That little money you get and your country is going down by the day. Nobody cares. Until we focus on those issues, talk to ourselves, and then the government, the way the committee is working.
The legislature, especially the House of Representatives, has taken deliberate steps to give prominent place to women in the 10th House legislative agenda. This conference is an opportunity to advance various strategies to drive the vision for which the We Win was initiated, and I thank the organizers of the conference for putting it together. I expect that the stakeholders assembled here will provide new insights and make recommendations to guide more legislative actions. We Win is an initiative that deserves every support to succeed. As representatives of the people, we are committed to playing our own role for the success of the program, and one of such immediate roles is to pass the bill on the gender equal opportunities.
The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, on Wednesday presented a budget estimate of 2.2 trillion naira for the 2024 fiscal year to the State House of Assembly. The budget, entitled Budget of Renewal, was presented at the chamber of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Assembly Complex, Alausa, Ikeja. The proposed budget comprises 1.2 trillion recurrent expenditure, which is 45% of the total budget, and 1.22 trillion capital expenditure, which is 55% of the budget. Sanwo-Olu noted that the 2024 appropriation proposal will further cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy removal and other economic hardships on the people of Lagos. He said the process of putting the budget together was guided by his administration Team Plus agenda, which according to him is building on previous budget of his government since inception in 2019. The Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Mudashiru Obasa, after the presentation of the budget by the Governor, Dr. Obasa said the government must begin to look at better ways to alleviate poverty beyond giving out packaged foodstuff. He also called for the employment of more people for the effective implementation of government policies.
The Economic Affairs, which is the largest one, will have a total of 535 billion. Environment will have a total of 94 billion. Health will have 156 billion. Education, 199 billion. Social protection, 50 billion. Public order and safety, about 84 billion. Mr. Speaker, as you notice, the budget size is made up of a recurrent expenditure of 1.02 trillion, which is 45%, and a capital expenditure of 1.224 trillion, which is 55%.
Assembly Right Honorable Mudashiru Obasa, after the presentation of the budget by the Governor, the Lagos State government has called on religious leaders to put in place workable measures in reducing noise pollution in the state. The General Manager, Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, Babatunde Ajayi, will give the advice at a day stakeholders meeting with the leadership and members of religious organization on Wednesday 18th, achieving a noiseless Lagos for elder citizenry, urged the religious leaders to curb the excesses of noise pollution in their communities. Ajayi reminded religion organizations that there are laws meant to cushion the excess of noise pollution when any religious house caught guilty would be locked down and sanctioned. The Director of Legal Department, LASEPA, Olabisi Shonibare, advocated using of soundproof doors and windows in religious houses so that the neighborhood will not get disturbed by the sound coming from there. The co-chairman of NAIREC, Dr. Abdullahi Shuaib, and Chairman Can Lagos State Chapter Archbishop Adekoya Olafimihon urged the religious leaders not to see the regulations of noise pollution as being targeted at a particular religion, but to see it as a way to promote a healthy and peaceful coexistence among citizenry.
Try to be very sensitive. I mean, we're a culturally religious society, so we try to balance it. If we are sitting 10 churches, we usually make sure that it is about the same number. If it's we enforce by local government. So if we're doing 3 local governments in one day, we make sure that the numbers are equal. So there's no bias. I mean, the law doesn't have bias for religion. The law doesn't have bias for tribe or race or anything. If your church contravenes regulations, we seal it up. If your mosque is not listening to the government and they are contravening the laws, we will seal it up. So it's not anything to do with bias or preference for, I mean, the average person in Lagos.
The event today is one of the things that we expect the state government and any well-meaning group of people to do in terms of sensitizing the people to what we regard as noise pollution. The air which God has created has certain drums, and these drums are very fragile. So the moment you try to change the normal course of it, over time that person will lose sense of hearing. If you don't shout, that person will not be able to hear you, even though you are talking in a normal way, but you will not be able to hear because he has dislocated the normal track that God has created. So for me, and there's so many other people that also share the same sentiment that I have, I think what we are doing today is a right step in the right direction to kind of create the awareness, of how we can live in a society where we can reduce noise pollution to the barest minimum level and also enjoy our lives as a whole.
As a Christian leader, we will continue to inform our people why they need to ensure that they bring noise to the barest minimum because of the adverse effects on our health. There is nothing more than communication. If you engage the people, you want them to know their parts, what you are expecting from them as a governor, as a leader, and with that, they will strive to come up. I don't say everybody will be at that point where they can meet the exact needs, but they will strive to come up because now they know.
The Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers has reiterated its determination to vigorously increase the contribution of the insurance sector to the gross domestic product GDP by 100%. The president of NCRIB, Babatunde Ogutuga, who made the declaration at the 20th anniversary of the NCRIB Lagos Area Committee, maintained that the body has resolved to capture the 28 million uninsured houses within the next 2 years so as to jack up insurance contribution from 3% to 6%. Ogutuga stated that the present administration will focus on strategic ways to achieve financial solvency, promote professionalism, strengthen government and institutional relationship amongst other themes. Speaking on the theme importance of the local chapters to the growth of the center, the President, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, Dr. Innocent Okwosa, implored the insurance brokers to ensure a viable and effective area committee which will reflect the expectations of the national body. The chairman and NCRIB Lagos Area Committee,
there are over 20 million buildings in Nigeria that are uninsured. We are going to work on those areas and create enablement. We are also going to partner with state governments to deepen the areas of compulsory insurance. We are talking about the third-party motor insurance. We are talking about the insurance of public buildings. We are talking about group life insurance. We are talking of the third-party scheme. So we are going to do so much within this tenure. And on all of this, you need integrity, you need transparency, and you need skill. And we need to continue to communicate.
Market penetration. We are working according to the rules and regulations of our regulators, and we are planning to deepen insurance patronage by making sure we go to the grassroots to create insurance awareness to them. So by doing this, I believe the insurance patronage will definitely increase from the 3% to maybe about 10. We'll get there.
The ideal thing is to have a uniform policy that all members or local chapters will have. But we need to be mindful of the fact that there are certain regions that have specific needs that that comes as a result of their region, and which we need to take into consideration while doing that.
Nigerian effort towards mitigating endemic corruption and its negative effect in the society will yield the desired result if government and the civil society organizations as well as citizens show collaboration against the phenomenon. This session came in Lagos at the 2023 International Anti-Corruption and Human Rights Day by the Center for Anti-Corruption, Open Leadership CACOL and Committee for the Defense of Human Rights, CDHR, and International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance, IIDA team to UNAC at 20, unifying the world against corruption, enhancing dignity, freedom, and justice for all. A representative from the Lagos State Ministry of Information, Benga Adeyemi, analyzed that civil disobedience had been in the air since the military regime and the country, but incessant mobilization of citizens against the government after the military regime also have disoriented the citizens. However, charged the CSOs to invest their time on cases and come up with the true position of the case and take the responsibility to reorientate the masses. Meanwhile, Lagos State Project Coordinator of ROLAC, Ajibola Ijimakinwa, charged civil society organizations and citizens to demand transparency from the government, while the government should show citizens inclusion in governance.
This forum will serve as an avenue whereby the people and the government will come face to face to determine what is common in their interest, what is the point of divergence, in what interests them. And we said that, okay, those who constitute the government were first and foremost human beings. They were citizens of Nigeria.
Somebody will say, oh, I think that is sensitive. When I say it, I don't know. So we, as civil society organizations, owe responsibility to reorientate the people. Because the more we distract government with half-truths, the more we are undoing government and undoing the people and taking benefits of democracy away from the people.
Government is doing quite a lot, but as much as the citizens don't know, they would always be in doubt. So we are supporting this CSO today to engage with government, for government to be able to open up about the various things they are doing, the various interventions that can ensure that citizens access justice, can then also ensure that citizens know where to go whenever they have questions to ask government. It's also always very important that government and citizens must always engage in the fight against corruption.
Oftentimes those who get into government they have no track record of consistent commitment to defending human rights to the point that they build the courage needed to defend this right. And so when they get into government, they get easily corrupted by power because the power actually corrupt.
And that's all from the local scene. We'll go on a quick break to bring you a report from the foreign scene. Please stay with us.